Are you tired of getting slammed every time you get into a gunfight? Or being embarrassed when people see how bad your aim is on the final kill cam? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 easy steps to follow in order to improve your aim and get you all the way from copper up to like silver 2. Aiming isn't the most important thing in this game, but it's definitely going to help you out and at least keep you from being bottom frag. Alright, so the first step to improving your aim is finding a sensitivity that works for you. You don't need to go and change your sensitivity every time Royal Penguin posts a TikTok video and think that copying some streamer sensitivity is going to magically get you out of gold. What you need to do is find the sensitivity that works for you and use that consistently and make small adjustments over time in order to dial that in.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
The more consistently you use one sensitivity, the more accustomed you'll grow to it and feel a lot more comfortable moving around and aiming with that sensitivity. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to go into the shooting range, go over to the third panel, look at the settings, set the round duration to around 30 seconds or a minute, then change the target type to the big ball, set the maximum targets to 1, and you can start off with target movement speed at walk and then move your way up to sprint and change the target distances as well. And all you're going to want to do is track the ball with your scope. And now if you're moving your scope and you find you keep going ahead of the ball, you're going to want to slow your sensitivity down. If you're lagging behind the ball and you're having a hard time keeping up with it, that's when you want to speed your sensitivity up. Now you're going to have to do this for each of the different kinds of scope. So start with the sensitivity you have now and then follow the ball a bit. Like right here I'm using the 2x scope. If you're having trouble keeping up with it with the 2x, that means your 2x sensitivity is too slow. Go into 2x, move that up. This technique is really going to help you dial in your sensitivity. It may not get it perfect because in a real game situation it's going to feel a little bit different, but it'll at least help you get you in the range of where you want your sensitivity to be. And tracking the ball at different speeds is going to help you really adjust that sensitivity and fine tune it to exactly what it needs to be. Now once you have your sensitivity set, move on to step number 2, and that is training grounds. So what you're going to want to do is use the type of scope that you just made those fine adjustments to in the shooting range and use an operator with that in training grounds and try to just get a feel for the sensitivity, see how it plays in live action shooting at targets. Now obviously shooting range is not the same as real gameplay. Real players are going to move much differently, much quicker, they're going to react to you faster, they're going to be crouching, shooting, all that stuff. But it'll at least give you a way to know, oh, this sensitivity really doesn't work for me, or okay, this feels good, I can now move on. Now I wouldn't say make any adjustments to your aim while in training grounds, just play it to know if you like the sensitivity or not. If it feels like awful and you're losing in training ground, maybe you should change it. But if it just feels a little awkward at first, that's fine. That's just you getting accustomed to a new sensitivity.
I call her a chandelier. I call her his and hers.
Now once you've done training grounds and you feel like you're a little bit more confident with your new sensitivity, you're going to move on to free-for-all. So make sure that your arcade setting is set to only free-for-all because there's no impacts in free-for-all, so generally it's just going to be a lot more pure gunfights. You're not going to have to worry about like crazy goals made with 16 impact grenades through the map like on Team Deathmatch. So go into free-for-all and just play, because free-for-all you're going to be playing against real players and you're going to see how people actually move. Now obviously people in this mode will put themselves more at risk than they will in say ranked. They're just going to run around flicking everything, but it will give you the opportunity to play against actual people and it'll let you hone in that sensitivity with different weapons, because you can play any operator in free-for-all. So pick your favorite op, the one that you're going to play the most in ranked. Get really used to using that gun with your new sensitivity. So if you really like playing, like for instance Mozzie, use the 1.5 and just completely learn the recoil pattern and what it feels like to move around with this new sensitivity you have. Get used to flicking, get used to making quick turns, reacting to sound. The more natural this becomes, the more confident you're going to feel with your movement and with your sensitivity, and be able to take on gunfights without feeling like you're going to lose or that you're at a disadvantage. And that's pretty much it. Like I said at the beginning, aiming isn't everything in this game. Game sense and knowing the maps and executions are way more important, but at some point you are going to have to get into a gunfight, and having better aim than the other person, be able to land that headshot, might win you around where you were at a disadvantage. I don't know how many tutorials like this I'll do, but if you liked it, maybe I'll do some more in the future with different types of tips for Siege, stuff like that. Thank you for watching. See you next time.